Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Piper Jasmine, and today I'm doing a highly requested video, which is a freshman and a sophomore advice video. I was really debating to do this video because I do have an overall high school advice video which I just uploaded 2-3 weeks ago, and then I do have a junior advice video which pertains more to junior year, of course. And if you guys are interested in those videos, you can also watch that as well. But today I'm just doing a freshman and sophomore advice video, and I'm going to try really hard to not be redundant in any of the topics that I had already mentioned prior to any of my other videos. So I really hope that I achieve that goal. And if I didn't, or if I didn't address any other concerns or questions that you guys have, feel free to DM me on Instagram or Snapchat me or tweet me. I'm going to leave all of that in the bio, and please feel free to talk to me. You guys, I love everyone and I love talking to you guys, so I'll definitely respond. So you guys can do that if you want, and without further ado, let's get into the video.
First class, you already know.
Okay, I don't know if this is the correct angle, but we're gonna go with it. Okay guys, so I'm gonna start off with freshman advice because freshmen comes before sophomores, clearly. So my first tip for your freshman year is just to really grasp the concept that that first day that you enter high school, your GPA is a 4.0. when you first step in that school. And I just wish that so many people understood this, because from my experience of meeting other people, a lot of people did not take their freshman year seriously, and taking your freshman year seriously is really something that you want to do, because think of your GPA as cumulative. Well, it is, but in a sense it is an average of everything that you do in high school. And we all know that to have a good average, you have to have a really strong base, or just to maintain that average, you want to have a very strong base. So later you can start slacking if you want to, which you should try not. For example, I knew this one girl, at the end of her first semester freshman year, she had a 0.75 GPA, and I was just wow, that's tough. That's a epitome of a sad case, and you just don't want to be in a situation like that, because to be honest with you, there's just no way to come back from that and get a 4.0. There's literally no way. In an alternate universe maybe, but in reality it just does not work out like that. She's just yeah, I'm gonna end next semester with a 4.0. That's just not possible, because your GPA is an average, so no. So that's literally what I would say, really work hard to maintain that 4.0, because your GPA is either going to fall or raise after your freshman year, and you want to try your hardest for it to raise, because it's just better. Why would you want it to fall if you get to start with a 4.0? So literally just try your hardest, because when you're a senior or a junior in high school and you have a 2.5 and you're literally not even going to be able to qualify for Hope, it's really gonna suck. And I know freshmen, they might not, you do have some freshmen who might have an idea of where they want to go to college, or just an idea of what they want to do, but it really doesn't hit you till your junior year, or really your senior year, that it's really gonna be hard for you to get money to go anywhere if you have a 2.5 GPA. Nobody's gonna give you money when they have people with over a 3.5, over a 4.0. So just be really considerate of that, and kind of just think long term. I think that's the best way to go for freshmen, is think long term. Have some goals for your long term goal, if that makes sense. So another advice for freshmen is, I would definitely say, do not try to join every single club or activity that your school offers. Yes, it's good to get involved in school, because why wouldn't you? Being involved in school your freshman year is great, and that's what everyone kind of recommends you to do, but I don't think that necessarily means that you should join every single club that your school offers. Honestly, I think that freshman year, I don't think it's that big of an adjustment, but it is an adjustment from going from middle school to high school and just kind of like dealing how all of that works, if that makes sense. But in terms of joining clubs and doing all the activities, if you're thinking about this, it's not logical to join HOSA, Skills, Beta, FBLA, FAC, all these different clubs. I know that some freshmen have the mindset of, like my brother, he has the mindset of, I need to build my college resume or to fill stuff out for your college applications, which is a great mindset. I just think you should join like between 1 and 3 clubs, maybe do a sport, and that's about it. I wouldn't say join like the first 5 clubs, because when you're writing your resume, your college application, you really want to stick to clubs that you've been involved in and that are more recent. They're not really going to look at what you did freshman year compared to what you did your junior year. So I mean, I would say join a club that you think you would have a heavy involvement in and that you would actually enjoy doing, and that you would continue doing. But just to have clubs to just list down, nobody's going to care about that unless you can expand upon like what you did in those clubs, how did you contribute to it, etc, etc, etc. And I feel like freshman year isn't really the year where you're looking to like, how can I gain a leadership position for this? How can I do X? How can I do Y? How can I do Z? How can I whatever? Freshman year, I feel like that's not like a key point for success in freshman year, like at all. If you join 5 clubs but you really only do things in 3 and continue like 2 by the time your junior year, are you really going to still list those other 3 clubs that you didn't really have all that much involvement in? Or are you really going to focus in on those 2 clubs that you've been in since freshman year and have been heavily involved in? That's what colleges are going to care about. And it's great that, you know, freshmen do have the mindset of, you know, I want to go to college, I want to, you know, try to build stuff up for college, but at the same time, it's not going to make or break you by being involved your freshman year. Personally, I only did like 2 clubs freshman year, but that's really it. So I mean, it doesn't make or break you. There are plenty of opportunities later on in high school to find clubs to be more heavily involved in. So I wouldn't really say that's something you should focus on freshman year. I personally don't think it's that important. I think you could like wait till sophomore year to be in some clubs and be really involved in it if you really want to. Another tip that I have for freshmen is to stay organized. Like I said before, I feel like high school isn't that much of a big adjustment compared to middle school, but at the same time, the workload and the course material that you are getting in high school is definitely different than middle school. I feel like high school, it really, sometimes it goes in a faster pace. It's not middle school. You know, the teachers, at least in my school, it's like if you turned in a late assignment in middle school, like they're like, okay, sweetie, you can turn it in tomorrow. In high school, it's like 50 points off. You know, you should know better. So I would definitely like stay organized, be on top of your stuff. Organization is key though. Like just making sure you keep things separate from your classes. I always pack my bag before night because, you know, I have everything there, I don't have to worry about anything. Just being organized, I feel, just leads to better success because you don't have everything overlapping and distracting you. So I think staying organized definitely is the key. Another tip for freshmen is to kind of challenge yourself your freshman year. And I know I just said you want to maintain a 4.0. You can like your freshman year, but you can still definitely challenge yourself by taking more challenging courses your freshman year. Because I feel like in middle school, you didn't really have an opportunity to be challenged in middle school. I mean, I don't know if this was in middle school, but I know in elementary school they had like a gifted program. I think mine is called like Target and like Leap. I can't remember if they ever did that in middle school, but I know in middle school you might have had like advanced this, advanced language arts, advanced reading, which is great, but honestly in comparison to high school honors courses, they literally, I feel like, aren't even on the same level of comparison. They're not really comparable at all. I would definitely say just take a couple of honors classes your freshman year. I don't know if any other schools do this, but schools around my area, they don't allow freshmen to take a whole bunch of AP courses, which I think is actually a really good idea because you're just getting into high school. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of freshmen, they don't even know what AP stands for unless, you know, they tell them, but I don't think they go in really knowing what AP stands for, except, you know, that it's higher than honors. So I think freshmen at my school and like at my old high school could only take one AP course, and that was AP Human Geography because it's like one of the easiest AP courses, which is fine. I would definitely say you should take that, like, just to challenge yourself. Take a couple honors classes. I'm not saying that you should like stack up your schedule to the point that you're all honors and like with that one AP class your freshman year. But I also think for freshman year you kind of need a class to have a breather in, because freshman year it is different from 8th grade, you know? So I would definitely like try to just have that breather in your schedule just so you can get accustomed to what it's like to having these honors and these AP courses, and then you literally get to the point where I am now, where you just take all AP, all honors, you don't need a breather. I mean, you do, but it's like whatever. I also think that taking these challenging courses can expose you to what you're interested in and what you're not interested in. So when you're thinking of if you're a freshman and taking these honors, or even upcoming freshmen, and you're thinking of taking these honors and these AP classes for freshman year, I would definitely try to choose the classes that you think that you'd be the most successful or the most interested in for these honors classes. But I mean, the honors class really does help you find your strength and your weaknesses in subjects, so that's why I think it's kind of important to do it if you just want to challenge yourself a bit more, which I always think is a great thing to do, because, you know, that does set you apart from other people. And also taking honors courses can help your GPA go up. I think they do this in a lot of schools, but the honors classes, they add a little bit more weight to your GPA, whether that's your final course grade or just your GPA like number. So another tip that I have for freshmen is do not come into the high school with a conceited attitude. And I know, you know, there are some freshmen who have this attitude, and then there are some freshmen who don't have this attitude. In my cases, I've ran into freshmen who had this mentality that, you know, I don't really care if I'm a freshman, I'm still gonna do what I want, I'm still gonna say what I want. I mean, nobody's gonna beat you up and like throw you in the dumpsters or anything. It's just annoying and nobody's going to care for it. Like, as a freshman, just, you can't have that conceited mentality, because we were all once freshmen too, and let's be real, the freshmen are at the bottom of the pole. You just are. That's how life is. We all start from the bottom. Next year, you're still gonna be an underclassman, but you'll be a sophomore. What I'm trying to say is, as a freshman, you really don't have any more rights or privileges compared to the other classes, because you are at the bottom of the food chain, and that's just the way it is. It's literally only for a year. I'm not saying that like upperclassmen are mean to you or whatever. It's just you don't really have any right to complain about anything that regards to any other classes like coming first before you, because you are a freshman. So it's just like, it's annoying because it's like, you're a freshman. Like, why do you get to vote first? Why do you get to have a say for prom? You're a freshman, you know? So I would definitely try to keep that mentality on the down low. Nobody's really gonna care or listen to your problems about that or vouch for the freshman class. I'm telling you right now, right there. And that's definitely not to be mean or anything. Like, I don't hate freshmen. I will say that freshmen are annoying. I don't hate freshmen. I don't pick on freshmen. I don't really care for freshmen. I'm just saying it's very annoying, and it's like, when they want to complain, like, trust me, it is fair because you're a freshman. So this kind of leads on to my next tip or advice. Don't be that annoying freshman. I think everyone who's not a freshman has experienced the annoying freshman. At the same time, I feel like some of that annoyance, it carries on to several other grade levels. Slightly decreases each year though, I will say. So I would definitely say, please do not be that freshman. On the first day of school, you have a backpack weighing you down because you have all of this unnecessary stuff. It's don't be that person, because it's, yeah, honestly, you kind of look crazy if you have all that stuff on the first day of school, because we all know you just get all of your syllabi and go over the rules, and that's really it. Please, 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 please do not run down the hall. I have never understood why freshmen run down the hall. I mean, I guess some of them are afraid they're going to be late to class, but it's like, if you're late, you're late. Like, you just get a warning the majority of the time. So it's like, don't run down the hall because you look silly. Don't be that annoying freshman to get in a fight the first week of school. It's really simple, like, logical stuff that you should not do. I absolutely hate when freshmen stand in the middle of the hallway. You know, I don't know if it's just me, but I use hallways to walk to my classes. So just don't be annoying and stand in the hallways, because there's too many people in the school for you to stand in the hallway to talk to your friends or just walk in the same general direction. But if you're standing right smack in the middle of the hallway talking, I hate it and I will push you. Like, I'm sorry, I will. But like I said, this, like, as you get older, you lose some of that immaturity. I would just try to say, at least when you, like, the first couple days of high school, really for your first year, try to keep it down, try to act a bit more mature, because, and I know it's kind of scary and intimidating when you're going to a new school with all these new people who are bigger than you and etc., but you have to remember this isn't really middle school, and a lot of the times you're just gonna get this annoying look from people, and people are just gonna be like, oh, freshmen. Because it really is true, like, freshmen, they still have that, and I'm honestly not trying to offend any freshmen whatsoever. Like I said, like, I don't mind, like, freshmen, I don't really care for them. I'm not trying to be rude, but, and I feel like you don't really notice this as a freshman, but once you leave freshman year, you actually notice this. So, like, don't say I'm being mean. Like, wait till when you're a sophomore and you actually see this. But like I did say, like, some of this immaturity does leave you after freshman year, and people aren't as annoying. Trust me. I mean, I have my AP Bio classes comprised of juniors. Because I didn't take AP Bio last year. If you know and watch my videos, you know I took AP Chem and AP Physics instead, because I did not want to take Chem and Bio at the same time. But I literally had these junior guys, upperclassmen juniors, spell out boobies on a calculator and laugh when they showed me. I was like, ha. So funny. That's really all of the tips that I have for freshman year. I think just the big number one thing for freshman year is maintaining your grades, not letting them slip, really starting off strong your freshman year. Like I said, because it's really important, and I feel like a lot of people realize that before it's too late. So I really hope, like, this message got across to some of you guys that, you know, your freshman year is pretty freaking important. And a lot of people don't realize that until it's too late. So I really hope that a lot of you guys take it to heart and, like, really, you know, really try your freshman year, give it your all. And sophomore year, you can slack a little, because sophomore year is really one of the easiest years. Literally, if you're a freshman and you're thinking of dating a senior, I know it might seem like an accomplishment for you to, like, pull a senior your freshman year, but it's really much more of an accomplishment for the guy, because it just kind of shows that you're kind of easy, and he's really probably only dating you because he wants sex from you. I would not get involved with a senior if I were you as a freshman. That's just trouble, because, ow! One, it's, you know, illegal, and two, I just wouldn't. I feel like I got a lot more requests for the sophomore part of sophomore advice. And honestly, you guys, I don't have that much advice for sophomore year, because I feel like sophomore year was really that year that you just had to complete, like, finish high school. I just feel like sophomore year is kind of like senior year. Like, you have to do it, but it's not necessarily important, if that makes sense. You know, freshman year sets your base for your GPA, and junior year is really what colleges are going to be looking at, and where you'll kind of be getting your teacher recommendations from. And then you have sophomore year in between those 2 years. So I would definitely say that one of my advice for sophomore year is just to continue that mentality of maintaining your GPA, working hard, But definitely sophomore year, I would say that you should kind of increase your workload a little bit just so you can kind of prep yourself for junior year, depending on what course you plan on taking for the rest of your high school, whether you're trying to have a goal of finishing 12 AP courses by the end of high school, 10, 9, however many. So I would definitely say try to increase your workload on sophomore year a bit more so you'll be more prepared for junior year. But really, I don't have that much for sophomore year, you guys, which sucks because I know so many of you wanted me to give you advice for sophomore year. I feel like sophomore year isn't a year to worry. I would say do as you continue doing your freshman year, just a little bit better. I feel like sophomore year and freshman year isn't that much of a difference. You just kind of know the road to high school a little bit better. And I would definitely say the same principles I just mentioned for the freshman advice applies to the sophomore side. So definitely, oh wait, no, I have a good advice for sophomore year. I would definitely say try to be friends with everyone your sophomore year because that's when everyone is turning 16 and having sweet 16 parties. I would definitely say like try to be on everyone's good side. This is like that's not a good advice. I should not be telling you guys to go to parties your entire sophomore year. But that's what made sophomore year kind of fun, was because everyone had sweet 16s and, you know, you were going to all these parties like every other weekend for these sweet 16s. So I would definitely say do that your sophomore year. I would also say that sophomore year is the time to think more about clubs and actually start to join clubs a bit more than your freshman year. If you only join like one club freshman year and you liked it, I say join it again, add, you know, 2 more to it. I also feel like sophomore year is a year where you kind of get more exposed to like the real high school stuff you see on TV, so like sex, all that good stuff, I guess, a little bit of drug. God, I don't really know where I'm going with this anymore. I'm just saying your freshman year, you don't really hear a lot about that and like focus on that. Sophomore year though, I think it comes, you know, more prevalent. I guess that's the correct term for it to say. I'm just saying don't let those distractions that are like becoming reoccurring themes, I guess, distract you from your studies and your academics. That's really important. I would definitely say though, you guys, like, I know that so many people wanted me advice, like wanted me to share advice for sophomore year, and I feel like this is awful because I gave so much advice for freshman year. I would honestly say sophomore year is not bad at all. If everything that you did worked your freshman year, you will be fine your sophomore year, I promise. Like I said, I feel like sophomore year is just an unimportant year, which like sounds crazy and like, but it's so true. I think it's definitely I think it's that chill time, that chill period that you have left before you have the stress of junior and senior year. That sophomore year is definitely the time where you're not gonna have a significant amount of stress that equates to the stress that you'd have your junior or your senior year. So I would kind of value that. You could really do sophomore year with one eye open. Like it's completely fine, you guys. You guys will be fine. For all the people who told me they want me to do sophomore year advice video. Okay, you guys, and that's really it for my freshman and sophomore advice video. I feel like I don't know. I feel like these 2 advices, I was trying very hard not to be redundant and the things that I said in my junior advice video and my regular high school advice video. So I'm really sorry if I didn't really go into like as much depth as you guys wanted to. You guys can always check out my other videos where my high school advice video was really long. I think it was like 20 minutes. So you guys can always check out that video if you want. I really did like try to give you some helpful information. I'm not really sure if I helped or not, but I hope that I did. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and to subscribe.
Nice Beamers, double pocket, fuck pen and meter. In your club, on your couch, just got paid to be it. On your girl, rubbing on.